Rita Silva Otsuka. I'm a graphic communication designer. So my work is called Recurring Cleaning. It's a research report where I tell the stories of the 5 houses in London where I worked as a maid. I use this service app to contact the clients and get hired. And this is pretty much a work where I expose the experience of working as a maid in today's London. It was really much based on my mother's story. She came here in the 80s to work as a maid, and I wanted somehow relate to that, but also tell a different story of women that come in 2018. I've always wanted to study at Central St. Martin's. I think that was the big. I came to Central St. Martin's the first time was in 2010. I had this big dream of coming to study design and maybe starting a foundation course back in 2010, and that didn't happen. I ended up going to a completely different professional path. Yeah. So before I started the graphic design portfolio course, I studied international relations back in Brazil. And I was in a point in my life where I had just graduated, and I had this big job in a consultancy company. I had this offer, but at the same time I was secretly applying for the portfolio course. And I got in, I got accepted, and I made this really big life decision of moving to London from Brazil and starting the course with the intention of starting a bachelor or a master's in the communication design department here at Central St. Martin's. So the graphic design portfolio course opened the door to Central St. Martin's to me. It was the chance of actually meeting some students, meeting some of the tutors, and meeting the facilities. It was great. I have almost no graphic design experience, and it teaches you all the elements. It teaches all the basic of typography, of hierarchy, and so on. I think one of the greatest things about the portfolio course was the tutors and the people you meet and the people you're introduced to. So our main tutor was. I don't think I could have done the portfolio. I couldn't build the portfolio I've built without our tutor. I've entered the portfolio course with the intention of starting a bachelor degree, and at the end I was applying for a master's. So I think what was great about this course is that not only gives you a direction in your work, but actually gives you a direction in your life. It was a life-changing decision to actually apply for a master's, and was the right decision. I don't regret it, and yeah. I wanted to go for a different learn process, and I think that was it. What I enjoyed about the master is that a research-based course. I wanted to be writing about graphic design. I wanted to be writing about my interests, and I think I was past that phase where you are still exploring the field, the industry. You're still exploring it. I wanted to go deeper. And I think what my final project showed is that, well, I was ready for that. I was ready to actually explore and research and go further and expand the knowledge.